If you don't love yourself, you'll hold yourself back. This is something I've become incredibly aware of over my journey of making these videos every day for over a year now. During that time, I've received a lot of comments and messages from viewers like you, and I've noticed that when people don't fully love themselves, they will hold themselves back in a myriad number of ways. One of the more common things that I get is people saying that something is easier said than done, and they use that as an excuse not to make their life better. And this is a great example of what I mean here. When people fully love themselves, they're going to do what is best for them, what they know will make their life better. They're not going to make excuses. They're not going to place other people ahead of them. They're going to basically be proactive in making their life better. They're going to know that that will mean signing up for doing difficult things at times. They will know that that means they won't be able to make excuses all the time, because if they do that, they're not going to be making their life better. But they love themselves enough that they will not tolerate excuses, and they won't basically prevent themselves from making their life better. Because that's what people do when they love themselves. They want what's best for them, so they will naturally do that. So this is what I mean. When people don't love themselves, they will easily make excuses to not make their life better. They will stay in their old habits that no longer serve them. They will stay in relationships that no longer serve them. They will stay in jobs that don't serve them. They will just do all these things where they hold themselves back, and they basically won't really care because they don't love themselves enough to even want to move away from those situations. You need self-love if you want to make your life better. And while this video isn't about how to practice self-love, I've already made a video on that, so please check that out if you haven't already. This video is just about how I've noticed that people do this unfortunate habit of holding themselves back if they don't love themselves enough. So all of you should practice self-love, because when you do that, you won't make excuses anymore. You won't say, but that's easier said than done. Instead, you'll think, okay, this is going to be difficult, but I can figure it out. I can start taking steps towards something that will make my life better, even if it's not easy. I mean, I do this all the time in my own life. Like, a lot of these concepts that I've learned, they're not easy to obtain, and I try to phrase it that way as well. I never want to make it seem like these are concepts you can integrate into your life within a month. That's usually not the case. If you're trying to improve yourself, it takes more time than that. And that's okay. If you love yourself enough, you'll sign up for that journey because you know that it's worth it. Yes, it'll take time, but patience pays off. So a lot of these things I've done in my own life, and they've taken a long time to acquire. But I can tell you I did it because I loved myself enough that I wanted to make my life better for myself. It's important that you get to that place. It truly is. This video is basically me noticing that trend and being a bit it's unfortunate when I see it, because whenever I see people making a lot of excuses to not make their life better, that's what is conveyed to me. I basically read what they're saying. I read the excuses, and in my head I translate that to them saying, I don't love myself enough to want to make my life better. And I don't like seeing that. I mean, you wouldn't either. It's understandable. It's not a great thing. It's a bit sad in some regards, because everybody should be raised to love who they are, but unfortunately not all of us are raised by great parents, because no handbook comes with parenting, and a lot of people who are broken adults end up having children when they probably shouldn't, and then they inevitably raise broken children, and it's just a vicious cycle that is often repeated. But because of that, now people are adults who don't love themselves, and they have to work through that journey of figuring out how to do that. So like I said, I've got a video on that. Please check that out. But it's just important that you get to that place where you love yourself enough that you're not going to hold yourself back by buying into your excuses. You'll just no longer tolerate that, because every time the excuses arise, you're going to think, I love who I am. This is what's best for me. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to do it anyway because I love who I am. I love myself, and I deserve this. Even if it takes work and effort, I deserve it. So this is what I'm getting at. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble and repeat myself, so I'm going to end this video here. But I hope this video helped you. And like I said, please check out the other videos I've made on self-love because it truly is an important topic. And if you have any questions on that, feel free to leave them in the comments here. But for real, please check out the other messages or the other videos before you comment something because I may have already tackled it in a previous video. But anyway, I hope this video helped you and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!